14.9 million rands worth of precious stones, corruption claims and no order. These are some of the issues linked to the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department. What's worse, suspended acting EMPD head Julius Mkhwanazi is accused of being given millions worth of stolen items. Today, we unpack one of the most explosive testimonies at the Madlanga Commission, and this time, the witness came not only with allegations, but with proof that can be taken to court. IPID Acting Assistant Director Thulani Makakula has taken the stand and made serious allegations about criminality inside the EMPD. We are talking about the alleged theft of semi-precious stones worth nearly 15 million rands. Officers accused of abusing power, senior figures allegedly present at controversial scenes, a system that, according to the witness, protects criminal employees, and a department where, in his own words, there is no order. At the center of this is Julius Mkhwanazi, whose name surfaced in connection with the Rosebank semi-precious stones case. So, what's really happening here? Was this a legitimate operation or something far more serious? And why were disciplinary processes not triggered sooner? Let's break all of this down carefully and thoroughly. So stick with me in this riveting episode of Daily Updates with Miss Media. Let's first speak about today's witness. The witness is Thulani Makakula, IPID's Acting Assistant Director for Investigations. IPID is the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, and it is the body tasked with investigating misconduct and criminal offences by police officers. Makakula told the Commission that his investigation uncovered false entries in registers, missing exhibits, no proper documentation for seized items, officers operating outside jurisdiction, and a pattern of internal protection at Ekurhuleni municipality. He said he gave them evidence, but they took no action.
This one of EMPD, you'll get that statement on that specific day when you approach them. I want to see if this member was on duty and through the car. Did he book the car, the official car on that day? So you'll get to you'll go those answers from those registers like but they do not have, their things are not, there is no logic. Like stores can simply wake up 12 o'clock midnight and go and do your duties. Tomorrow when something has happened, we come to Julius to say, can you tell us, do you know this member? Is it your member? He'll say, it's my member. Was she on duty? 12 o'clock midnight, Julius will write 3 sentences and say, she's my member. She was on duty. I'm aware she was working in the area of Captain Park. So the EMP, how they work, most especially in specialized unit. You can. It seems as if you just do the job willy-nilly. You can wake up 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I don't know how they work. There is no order. But basically, what I'm meaning, there is no order.
This is not a small administrative oversight case. This is a case involving alleged corruption, jurisdiction abuse, and millions worth of property. So, let's talk about what allegedly happened in the precious stones case. According to the complainant, on 11 February of 2023, 3 people arrived at his residence, and this was in Rosebank, which is in Johannesburg. 2 of them were in official EMPD uniform, and 1 was in civilian clothing. We must also be aware here that Rosebank is not in EMPD jurisdiction. It is in an area cared for by the Joburg Metro Police. The officers were identified as Keisha Lee Stalls, Aidan McKenzie, and Etienne van der Walt, who was later identified as not being an EMPD member. Now, we need to stop here and remind ourselves who these people are. Well, they are among the people who are mentioned in the Madlanga Commission interim report, along with Julius Mkhwanazi, as needing to be referred for investigation and possible prosecution. So far, they've been implicated in other cases, including copper and cigarette cases. Now, let's get back to the Precious Stones case.
I think I was, with Constable Stolz and Constable Mackenzie, as we were going to go do patrols for truck that had been stolen or used in theft trailers. Do you see where I'm reading?
Yeah.
Second paragraph. He continues, we were en route to our first truck stop when Constable Stolz received a call. Constable Stolz informed me that a JMPD officer had requested assistance in Rosebank, and I asked if I could accompany them quickly, and then we would continue to do the patrols of the truck stops when we were done. We met, next paragraph, we met with the JMPD officer who informed Constable Stolz and Constable Mackenzie of the help she needed. So, was it your understanding that the JMPD member was a female? Because that's what this would suggest.
Yes.
Okay. We then proceeded to Rosebank subs, where I stayed in the vehicle. I take it that's when they went to register in their presence in the OB register, perhaps?
Yes.
If we can skip the next paragraph, the one after states, I stayed in the lounge area, this is after entering the victim's premises, talking to the girlfriend of the white male. By then they had entered the flat. And if we skip that, to the next paragraph, he states, Constable Stolz and Constable Mackenzie came into the lounge after putting brown boxes on the floor in the entrance hall. And if we then go to the next, second line, we met with the JMPD after, and Constable Stolz and Constable Mackenzie handed the JMPD officer the sub-seizure form and rocks. We then left to follow up on the information in Bredel. You see that?
Yes, I see.
So, from Mr. Van der Waal's statement, it would appear that Constable Mackenzie handed the rocks over to a JMPD officer, wherever that person was.
Yes.
And your testimony is that those rocks, as Mackenzie has confirmed, were handed over to the person in the white vehicle on the street.
He never confirmed that. He confirmed that in the latest statement, the additional statement.
Yes.
He identified a person. Those people were inside the white vehicle. He never spoke about the rocks.
So he still maintains that the rocks was given to the JMPD officer?
No. I don't believe their version.
No, on his version. I'm happy to go with his version. What's his version? What happened? What became of the rocks, according to Constable Mackenzie?
According to Constable Mackenzie's statement, is that they given the JMPD.
Still the unidentified JMPD member?
Yes, unidentified.
The complainant says these people claimed that he was under investigation for smuggling lithium. They said they could search the home without a warrant, which we know is not true. They threatened force if necessary, and they allegedly seized semi-precious sugarlite stones. The estimated value, 14,926,000 rand. Let that sink in. Nearly 15 million rands. According to IPID's findings, there was no valid search warrant. There was no proof of a registered SAPS case backing this joint operation, as they alleged. There was also no proper booking of exhibits. There was no SAP 299 record confirming lawful seizure and release. Instead, entries were allegedly made claiming goods were abandoned. IPID says this is false. We are not yet at the end of the story, but what do you think? Does this sound like a legitimate investigation by officers? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell so that you know when I post a video or when I go live. The complainant's partner or flatmate secretly took photos of the officers. These photos became key evidence.
In the docket, the photographs that you refer to at paragraph 61, you state there that from the evidence obtained of this operation, the photographs and CCTV footage, the only people identified are EMPD officers. Do you see that?
Yes.
Commissioners, for the record, we are going to put up the pictures. If the commissioners could make a note, you will recall when Chief Mapieye was testifying, he testified to a letter of demand received in respect of semi-precious stones by EMPD. I think that it's demanding a recovery of about 16 million, if memory serves me well. Attached to that letter of demand is a series of photographs, which unfortunately were in black and white. What we are about to put up, which comes from the docket, are the same photographs, except this time in color. So we would have to attend to your files. We had undertaken to provide better photos and substitute what you currently have at Annexure JM24 of Mapieye with the color photographs. If you could just make that note. So you have in your docket, Mr. Magagula, from page 344, a series of photographs. Annexure TLM3 at page 344.
Yes.
You have a series of photographs. And there are, I think on my count, 3 photographs from 344. So it will be 344, 345, and 346. That is the first photograph. I would like us to move to the second and the last photograph. On these photographs, you say the only people identified are the EMPD officers. You say that at paragraph 61. Do you confirm?
Yes.
From these photographs that are in the docket, are you able to say where those photographs were taken? Is it at the complainant's residence where the crime took place?
Yeah, it was.
Or the seizure of the semi-precious stones took place? Is that the complainant's residence?
Yeah, this is the complainant resident.
There are 3 photos. Are you able to identify any of the people appearing in these 3 photographs?
Yes.
Please do. Let's go back to the first one at 344.
The one with a red t-shirt is the victim.
Yes.
The one with a brown shirt with a gun in his waist is facing the other direction, is Etienne van der Walt.
Yes. And for the record, Etienne van der Walt is not an EMPD member.
Etienne van der Walt is not an EMPD member, is not a police officer.
Okay.
It is when we say there was someone who was impersonating a police officer, it is Etienne van der Walt.
Okay.
And Etienne van der Walt, we also found him in Patfontein case. We also found Etienne van der Walt in the Brakpan murder case.
The images allegedly show the complainant. They show Keisha Lee Stolz, Aiden McKenzie, Etienne van der Walt, and a vehicle that later became central to the investigation. Here's where Julius Mkhwanazi's name enters. According to Makakula, when he received forensic analysis of CCTV footage, he noticed a vehicle that did not belong to Aiden Mackenzie, who had been driving a vehicle at the time.
Can you confirm what place this is? What are we looking at on the screen?
This is the place of residence of the victim and the street thereof.
And if you go to your paragraph 65, you state that Constable Mackenzie, one of the implicated police, filed a further statement on 15 January 2026 confirming the presence of Brigadier Mkhwanazi at the scene. The statement is part of the docket. Right? Were you able to determine where in these pictures you say Brigadier Mkhwanazi was, whose presence was confirmed by Constable Mackenzie?
In this picture, I cannot see. There was an interesting car which, upon receiving the photo album, I was interested in. It is not this picture.
Okay, we'll scroll.
These two vehicles,
yes,
is very, very important that are shown. The one with the one that is pointed with red, it's a Metropolis vehicle.
By Metropolis, you mean EMPD?
EMPD.
Okay. Please continue.
The first one there is the one which I'm interested in for certain reason.
Okay, let's go to the next picture. There are two pictures here.
Is Adrian Norman Mackenzie there?
And he seems to be standing next to the car you said was the second car.
Yes.
In the previous picture. We'll scroll forward.
Now, this is the first car that I was interested in when I received the photo album, because that is not the vehicle that Mackenzie is using. And Mackenzie in this photo album is seen standing next to the driver's door of that vehicle. So my suspicion on that, it was that this precious stone that we are talking about, Mackenzie would have been giving that man the stones.
And if we scroll further on, I think it's a close-up picture of what we have seen, Mackenzie next to that car you say you're interested in.
Yes, so now, you can see there was an individual inside because he is talking, he's leaning towards that vehicle.
Yes. And if we continue.
So this photo
make your point, please go ahead.
This photo album is the one that interested to confront Mackenzie again to tell me exactly who is that person was inside the vehicle. So upon interviewing him, giving him an opportunity, because my narrative, it was that even if I'm giving him an opportunity, even if he doesn't give me the statement, I'm gonna file a negative report against him that the stone was taken by this person who you are seen standing next to this car. So he provided me a statement and informed me who was driving this car. So it was on the 15th when he told me that no, this car doesn't belong to a criminal. It belongs to Julius Mkhwanazi, and the person who was inside the vehicle is Julius Mkhwanazi.
Mackenzie later gave a further statement. He allegedly confirmed that the driver of that vehicle was Julius Mkhwanazi and the passenger was another senior Metro official. This raised immediate suspicion with IPID. Why? Because if senior officials were present at the scene, that shifts the gravity of this case entirely. Makakula said he attempted to obtain a warning statement from Mkhwanazi under Section 35 of the Constitution. He says Mkhwanazi indicated that he would consult a legal representative before giving the statement. The statement process has then become complicated, and Makakula suggested that the response he received from Mkhwanazi was not sufficient and was not a full statement. He still needs to get the official statement.
I see that we did discuss this, that now you are waiting to obtain a warning statement from Brigadier Mkhwanazi. What's the next step thereafter?
After obtaining a Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi statement, depending on what he's going to say, if indeed, I don't believe that there was a Gauteng traffic with a lot of ranks, but if indeed he write that he was with his friend, I will ask the rank. He will know better, because Mackenzie doesn't know those rank. He's the one who will know. It is his counterpart. He will tell me that I was with this person. So it means that the same person I must obtain his warning statement is also part of that illegal operation. And then after that, I take the docket to the Director of Public Prosecution for decision. And then if they say Chile, and then I go and arrest them. It will depend on the decision of the public prosecutor. If they see that there is some work that I must do, I have to comply with what I have not yet. I didn't see they are looking at that Makakula. You have not yet finalized your matter. Please go and do 1, 2, 3, 4. But if the Director of Public Prosecution is satisfied, they will issue a directive. These people must be charged with these following counts. I will not predict, but it will be them who will decide.
And
it seems Makakula now believes Mkhwanazi may have been given some of those stones by Mackenzie. Makakula later testified that some of those stones were found in Mackenzie's vehicle and that Mackenzie admitted that they belonged to him. Makakula also testified that EMPD officers operated outside their jurisdiction in Rosebank. EMPD is under Ekurhuleni. Rosebank falls under Johannesburg. Without proper authorization, that raises misconduct concerns. IPID concluded that they misled Rosebank SAPS about the nature of their operation and that there was no registered SAPS case confirming the alleged joint operation. So, with video evidence and complainant statements, why do you think these people, including Julius Mkhwanazi, have not been arrested or disciplined for all of this? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments section, and do remember to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit that notification bell as well so that you know when I go live or when I post a video. The Commission also heard about another matter involving a truck, diesel and parts being removed from the truck. Makakula says stock worth about 1 million rands went missing from the truck. He explained that officers allegedly attempted to classify the case as theft out of a motor vehicle rather than full theft of a truck. Why this is significant? Because theft requires intention to permanently deprive the owner. If a truck is impounded, an officer could argue that we did not intend permanent deprivation. But if goods worth 1 million rands inside the truck go missing, that becomes a different legal picture. The complainant alleges goods were not recovered. There was no clear exhibit release documentation, and IPID questioned why proper SAPS exhibit procedures were not followed in this case. And this is where the Commission became visibly concerned, especially as Makakula showed video and photo evidence and mentioned more and more cases involving some of these EMPD officers, including extortion of a foreigner for 120,000 rands, theft of cigarettes, as well as more. Commissioners questioned, if there is a prima facie case, why not recommend disciplinary action immediately? Well, Makakula explained that IPID's standard operating procedure requires investigations to be finalized before recommendations are made. But the commissioners challenged that interpretation. They suggested that IPID could be misreading its own procedures. They said this means if witnesses disappear, disciplinary action may never happen. And that seems to have happened in some of the cases. That, they said, is a major systematic vulnerability. Makakula agreed that this could be a flaw and acknowledged the possibility of misinterpretation, but it's not something that can be easily fixed and may take reform in the law to actually have it sorted out. Now let's move on to one of the strongest parts of the testimony, and that part was not about the crimes. It was about the culture at EMPD. Makakula stated that EMPD opens internal investigations, dockets are stored, but nothing moves until a criminal conviction. He cited examples of 2 previous cases where officers were accused of terrible crimes involving children. The city knew about this, but these men continued to work. They continued to earn salaries until they were convicted. But those criminal cases took years. Makakula says criminal employees are protected. He said files are used as leverage. He described a system where internal accountability is ineffective. Those are not light allegations. When an oversight investigator says that there is no order, that suggests structural collapse, and it suggests that employees do as they please and that they get away with crime. And this is worrying, particularly if those employees are police officers. This is no longer just about semi-precious stones, a truck, or diesel. It's about whether internal protections exist and whether criminals continue to have jobs while their victims are crying for help. If disciplinary processes depend on criminal conviction, if objective evidence does not automatically trigger prosecution, what does that tell us about the system? Does it tell us that the system is too fragile? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. This testimony has opened serious questions about Julius Mkhwanazi's alleged presence at the high-value seizure scene, the handling of 14.9 million rands worth of semi-precious stones, exhibit documentation gaps, internal accountability failures, and the culture inside EMPD and possibly other police departments. The Commission will continue examining whether this was isolated misconduct or something much deeper. Now I want to hear from you. If senior officials are present at controversial operations where community members claim thousands, sometimes millions of rands worth of items are stolen, should there be consequences? And why have there been no consequences in the cases involving Julius Mkhwanazi as well as some of these officers? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments section, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell so that you know when I go live or when I load a video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please do make sure to share the video with as many people as you can. I'll continue following every development at the Madlanga Commission as well as Parliament's ad hoc committee. In the meantime, do send me your thoughts in the comment section. And that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.